Hello there YouTube and welcome to a car boot haul video. This may be one of two because I have discovered a car boot sale that's supposedly going down tomorrow, the bank holiday Monday. Apparently it's a big once a year one that they do locally that I've never heard of. Don't know what the weather's going to be like, so maybe it'll be on, maybe it'll be cancelled, who knows. I guess we'll find out. Anyway, let's start down here. So I bought this giant box of bits here for £7. There's lots of random bits in. This is something from a Marvel figurine. I think all the rest comes from like a Fisher Price playset, but that could be good for D&D. A load of these walls can be good for D&D. It's just lots of bits and pieces that you can put together to make a play school castle-y type thing, but will be good for making sort of large-scale diorama pieces. Same seller who's always at the car boot sale. I always get on really well with. He's a really nice guy, him and his missus. They've always got cool stuff. Binksy, chill out. He had this whole box of Mega Bloks bits. He wanted £5 for this. I'm pretty sure it's not complete, but I had a flick through, and these little bits could be good. These bits could be good. There's like bits that could be used as walls, little flames, little bits of rock, little ladders, and just all sorts of just really cool bits that will be helpful for making the table feel more alive when it comes to, ow, Binksy, putting things together. So yeah, paid £5 for that. There is a load of bits there that are pretty much useless to me, but these bits are all good. Oh, little Binks has knocked this over. Paid £2 for this. It's like a Stranger Thing light up VHS. It feels pretty cheap and looks pretty cheap, to be honest with you. But I could always just put a sticker over the Stranger Things if it goes sort of out of fashion, so to speak. So I paid £2 for that. Same person had these bottles of Juggernog and Speed Cola and Quick Revive. They were a £5 for the three. He did say that they were drinks that you could drink, but he has drunk them and then replaced the contents with food colouring. So whatever, they're just going to sit on the shelf at my house, or I'm going to gift them for a friend. Someone had this bottle of Smirnoff vodka, which was sealed. Excuse me. They were trying to sell it for £10, and they wouldn't budge on the price. They said it was something like $17.99 new. I don't know what the price of vodka is these days. I very rarely buy it, but I do take a couple of bottles to Glastonbury with me, and this will be one of those bottles. Bought a load of sunglasses. These were £1 a piece, or 7 for a £5, so I bought 7 of those. I bought this Zelda cover. I thought it was for like a one of those big Game Boys. What they like, an Advance or an XL or Switch or whatever. She said it was for a Switch, but it looks pretty official, but who knows. Bought this little plastic mound for 20p. I'll cut off the thing off the top and all the little spiky bits, and that'll be a D&D thing. Right, let's scoot over here a little bit. Someone had this big, it was like a young kid. He wasn't a very happy young kid. He wasn't like a teenager, but he was a bit grumpy. And I asked him, because he had 2 tins of Pokemon cards, how much are the tins? And he was like, well, you can have that tin for £3. I said, would you sell them individually? He said, yeah. I said, at what price? He said, about 10, 20p each. Haven't counted. My God, look at this cat. What a terror my little cat is. Aren't you a terror? You are an absolute terror. So it was £3 in the end for all of these. Some of them are ones that might be good for gaming. Other ones, they might have a couple of £1 value. It's got some older ones in here, as well as some newer ones. Like that's like Neo range. Some of them are like McDonald's ones, I didn't realise. Some of them are just reverse hollows. Some of them are actually rares, but not really worth anything. Bizarrely, it's got a first edition fossil card there, and a first edition jungle card there. Mad. Japanese Rocket, base set computer search rare, Sabrina's Gaze, Porygon 2, Gust of Wind, one, and another, there's a Rocket first edition there too, Psyduck, Vinci, and a Cafe Master. So I paid, oh, go away little cat, I paid £3 for the pile. I looked them up, none of them are worth mega money. but you could probably sell them all for like £2 each. Get out the bloody way. So yeah, £2 each, you'd still make some money on them. In fact, some of them aren't £2 each. Some of them are just worth gaming with. But some of them might be worth a few quid, just not a lot. Bought a load of cassettes. Someone had 4 cassettes that were 50p each, so I had £2, and then someone sold me 6 cassettes for £2, and I can't remember which ones came for which. But I've got Sting, it's not worth a lot. This U2 album, which is alright money. This Pink Floyd's, which is alright money. Lionel Richie, I didn't think was worth a lot. Case Bush, can't remember if she was worth something or not. Alanis Morissette was worth something. Oasis single on cassette was worth something. Boyzone, another Kate Bush, and Dr. Hook. Some of them were something, some weren't. I got this nice Final Fantasy strategy guide for £3. I paid £5 for this with some other little gemstones that were over the other side of the sofa, so I'll show you those in a bit. Paid £1 for this Taz. It's like a Taz that's eaten a safe. It's like a money box from 1997. Needs a bit of a clean, but it might be alright. Bought this, which is some weird looking troll thing. He was £1 as well. Can't quite make out what that maker's mark says on the camera. It's too dark, but yeah, some weird troll thing. Some Disney Aladdin lamp I paid 50p for. It was a bit chewed at the end that I didn't notice. Paid £1 for this Undertaker figure. I had one of these as a kid. They actually were like water pistols. Very strange. Very strange indeed. Absolutely love this. This was one of my favourite finds of the whole boot sale day. This was 50p. I'm not quite sure what it is per se. It's obviously some sort of like clear-cut glass, but it's made so that it appears all these funky colours depending on how you look at it. I think that's really cool for 50p. That's going to stay on the shelf and probably get used for D&D because it's very cool. Paid 50p for this. This is some sort of Lego Jurassic Park Lost World sort of watch. Paid 50p for this. This is a ring. It's amethyst. It's very hard to tell in this poor lighting, but that's actually purple. Paid £1 for this. This is really heavy. I see a lot of these that are like plastic, but this one feels like it's crystal or glass or something. It's very sharp on the edge. But yeah, paid £1 for that. Very, very happy with that. That's going to make a fantastic diamond prop in my D&D game. Paid 50p for this weird little necklace that says Rumpelstiltskin on it. It's definitely not silver, but it was only 50p. She actually had something else. This was quite late in the car boot when I was getting ready to leave. This woman had this, and she had these chopsticks, which looked like little wands that were 50p, and she had something else that was quite fancy. Oh, and the ring. I forget what the other fancy thing was, but as I started going, how much is this? 50p, have it. How much is this? 50p. How much is this? 50p. I was like, yeah, I'll have it, have it, have it. Someone else came and picked up the next thing I was going to pick up and was like, how much is this? And she was like, 50p. And the other one went, oh, I'll have it then. So I missed out on one thing, but I don't think it was that impressive. Bought 2 of these. I thought these might have been like the Matrix. Like this is where the humans are like stored. She had 2 of them for 75p. It said McFarlane Toys, Fox Productions. I was like, yeah, it must be. It turns out they're actually X-Files. So not so great. But never mind. Bought this official Totoro Studio Ghibli keyring. Don't know if it's got any value. But the same lady had all of these. These were 20p each. These are all Dungeons and Dragons dice, but they've all got little mushrooms in. Some are more purple, some are more clear. 2 sets of dice there. Came to something like 240, 260. I asked her how much the keyring was. She said 50p. So including the keyring, she went, I'll just call it £3 or something, or £2. I forget, but wasn't a lot of money for a lot of dice. So pleased with that. Bought this little Smurf dude. He was £1. He's really battered and beaten up. He's old, but he's probably not worth anything. Bought this Aqua Dragons. This is basically like a knockoff of what they called Sea Monkeys. It's like a knockoff Sea Monkeys thing. Paid up a bit for these. These are all bags of Kinder Egg toys, and they seem to do okay in the online world, if you know what I mean. So I bought loads of bags of these. Bloke said it was £2 a bag. Well, as long as there's like 20 in there, you're paying 10p each, which I guess isn't that bad. But some of them there's not. Some of them you know. I thought as long as there's more than 5, then it's not so bad, I suppose. But yeah, bought a load of these. He said if you get a stack of them, they'll be cheaper than £2 a bag. So I got 13 bags, and he said, all right, 24. So he gave me 1 bag for free. Some of these are metal in here, which is really weird. I never remember seeing metal Kinder Egg toys, but there are. But yeah, loads and loads of sets. They've put little notes in as well as to like how many are in there, what range they're from, and a value, but whether they're worth that or not, I don't know. Maybe they're worth more now. Some more of those little terrapin things. And some elephants, I think they are. Are they elephants? Yeah, they're elephants. Big bag of dolphins, by the look of things. Loads and loads of dolphins there. Penguins, Asterix and Obelisk. So there's a big set there. I would hope that if we took one of those big bags, we could maybe cover the cost of the whole lot. But who knows? Found these from the same person who sold me the Final Fantasy book and that little cool stone thing that changes colour and the Zelda thing. These are loads and loads of like Hello Kitty. Whoops, there goes one. Hello Kitty mini figurine things. They seem to be like early to mid 2000s, so all pre 2010. I don't know anything about them. They seem a bit hard to look up online. Have to probably see if there's some that are like super rare in there that are worth some money, or whether they all just go as one big bundle. Who knows? This is the rest of my £5 bundle of little fossils and gemstones. There was one more, and the girl said as I put it in my bag, she was like, oh, you dropped one. And I was like, I don't think I did. I think it fell in my bag. But no, she was right. I did drop one. There was meant to be another one of those. But I worked them out that these would be like 50p each. So then it'd be like £1, £2, £3, 50, and then it'd be like £1.50 or £1 for the agate slice we looked at earlier. I bought this as a new coin purse, 'cause my coin purse is a bit bollocks. It was only after I bought it that I realised, oh, the zip here actually doesn't work very well. Doesn't close very well, which is a bit of a pain because I'd be using it like a lot all day, every day. So as nice as it looks and as sturdy as it is compared to the one I have at the minute, it's probably worthless. Bought this cool little alien dude. He was £1. He is missing a finger there. And he is broken here as well, which is a bit of a shame. But he still stands on his little planet nicely. So he's going to go on my shelf of weirdos and oddities. Same people had a little statue of the Twin Towers that they said they bought in New York when the towers were still standing. I asked them how much they wanted for that. They said £2. Didn't really fancy paying £2 for it. Asked them how much they wanted for the alien. They said £1. I said, all right, I'll pay £1 for the alien. Like sort of hinting, tell me it's £1 for the Twin Towers and I'll have them too. But they didn't. As soon as I paid them, took one step away, someone else picked up the Twin Towers thing and was like, how much is this, mate? And they were like, £2. Oh, but you could have it for £1. And he just bought it instantly. So maybe I should have asked, but it wasn't like a really cool looking Twin Towers statue thing anyway. Bought these 3 teddies over here for £1. So you've got this miniature Build-A-Bear Rocket Raccoon. You've got this flounder from The Little Mermaid. It's a Disney Parks one, which I think is the Florida one maybe. And then this weird Mickey who has like a Pluto set of pajamas and slippers. Very strange. But yeah, 3 for £1. Spent 50p on this little guy. He is from Longley. I now have a bit of a collection of little Longley soft toys. One of the dealer fellas sent me a photo during the week saying he had some Turtles toys. I had all of them, but I didn't have this wallet. He said the wallet could be 50p. I felt a bit bad that he'd like held it specifically for me, so I gave him £1 for it. But that was very kind of him. Spent £2 on this. Now this is like a modern Ghostbusters toy. I'm not going to press the button because it starts making noises, but bloody hell, it never stops. Paid £1 for this. This is a sword that's been carved by hand. Someone put a lot of time and effort into carving this solid wooden sword. Not like the normal stuff I pick up for £1, like this, which is very cheap hollow plastic. This says it's by Smithies. They do like dress up and joke stuff. There you go, Smithies. But yeah, brilliant D&D weapon prop. Bought this cool Los Angeles Lakers hat for £3 from the same person who had the Strangest Thing cassette for £2 and the bottles of Juggernaut and stuff. for £5. So I spent £10 on his stall altogether. But that looks pretty legit and official to me. Holograms and whatnot. It's quite a nice house. House? It's quite a nice hat. Quite like that hat. Bought this for 20p. It's come a bit loose on one side, but I like these sort of love heart little soft teddy bears. One day I'll have someone who I can give little soft teddy bears to. I think this is really cute. This is like a little bag, and it's like a little fabric owl thing with feet. It's really nice. I mean, it's not going to be any good for me, but maybe I'll find someone who needs a cool little owl bag. Bought this little bucket hat for a friend of mine. It was only 50p. I think she'll like that. Bought this hoodie embroidered, the original smiley, and on the back it says stay smiley. And then this one, which is plain everywhere, but has these really pretty embroidered roses on the sleeves. This one's actually a bit too big, I think. This one should fit nice. Haven't tried them on. Got to give them a wash, but I thought I'd do the video first. These are the type of things that I'll probably take to Glastonbury this year. And then if they get ruined or wrecked, or you put them down and forget about them for £2, you don't need to worry, do you? It's not any great loss to anyone. And then lastly, I got these cool little fellas. They had something else. I bought something else for them. Something I bought from these people was £2, and I forget what I actually bought from them now for £2. See if I see it. Will it spark a memory? No, I have no idea at all what I bought for them from £2. But something they had was £2. And then when I went to pay... Oh, they had the cassettes. They're the people that had 4 cassettes for £2. Then when I went to pay, they were pulling these out. I thought these were really cool. They're like sort of goblin-y folk sat on tree stumps that are all got mushrooms. I looked on the bottom, and one of them doesn't have a sticker that says Nemesis Now on it. Oh, God knows which one it is. Whichever one I picked up didn't say Nemesis Now. So I was like, oh, I don't know who the maker of these are, but they look very cool. How much are these? They said £2 each. So I said, you know what, call it a tenner then. We'll have all 4 of them because they are very cool. And then we were talking about how my house was full of dragons and weird little oddities, and theirs was too. And then they put this one out. This is Hunchback of Notre Dame from Beauty and from the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Just says Disney on the bottom, Disney China. Doesn't look in terrible nick. It does look like there's a little mark on the edge of that little bug, and like a little mark there too. But overall, he's not terrible. So yeah, I paid £10.50 for all those. And Binksy wants to get involved. Go on then, Binks. Say hello. Little Binks. The little monster. So that was everything we got today. We spent a fair bit, I guess, all in all, because we had a few big purchases. We were like 10, 20, 30, 40 there, 50. I think we probably spent less than 100 overall. Yeah, definitely less than 100. Oh, including that though, that bottle makes it 60. Yeah, it's probably creeping close to 100. Some things will keep, and obviously some things will move on in the world to some new homes. But yeah, definitely, again, as always, cool bits for Dungeons and Dragons. No actual minifigures, but cool bits for little bits, and then big bits for scenery. Nice bottle of booze. Some cassettes, some magazines, bit of clothes for me there. Few things that I'll keep. I'll probably end up keeping these Nemesis Now things. We'll see. I'll probably end up keeping those. Couple of weapon props. The alien will definitely stay, as will that really cool shiny stone thing. This is really cool. How do they make stuff like this? This is just so cool. And the big diamond I'll keep, as well as the dice and the hat, maybe the bag. Yeah, so there's a fair few things that I am going to keep. So all in all, I had quite a fun day out carbooting. The weather wasn't great, but it was a good day. We'll see what tomorrow brings. You never know. We might have a really successful day, or it might just be a total waste of time. Stay tuned to find out. No video means total waste of time. Oh, there was one other thing I bought, which I need to move out of this room because I think it's very smelly. Out of the way, little kitten. Kitten, really don't mess with this. So this whole bag is full of like ram's horns. I want to show it to you. Here you go. It's a bag full of ram's horns. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 of them in there. I don't know what it is, but something stinks in my house since I got home today, and I'm thinking it might be these ram's horns. So we're going to put them out in the garage, and then I'll do some investigating, see if they needed to be treated or something. Maybe the guy just picked them up off the floor. I paid a £5 for them, maybe foolishly. Same guy had a rocket launcher, strangely, but he wanted 50 quid for that, and I didn't fancy spending 50 quid on a rocket launcher. Didn't have any rockets, otherwise would have been a bargain. But yeah, anyway, here is today's pile of rubbish, sponsored by Binks the Cat. Stay tuned, maybe more videos to follow. Bye, guys.